Greetings, trombonists at large. I am the Vagrant Trombone. I am still here on vacation, wandering around the woods today with my trombone. And I thought I would make a video. One of the things that has been happening, I forgot my safety razor, which I normally use, and I normally would shave while I'm away, but I don't like disposable razors, multi-blade razors. So I just figured I'd use my straight edge when I get home and hack all this foliage off when I'm done. But as it's been growing out, it reminded me of a story that I have about my facial hair. I tried growing a beard and wearing a mustache. I've had a number of different trombone teachers over the years who, Chauncey Welsh, had a very fine mustache. He always wore a very fine mustache. And I've had others that have had full beards. But Bill Booth would have a mustache. Sometimes he would go unshaven. And I too tried to wear a goatee and a mustache, and what I noticed was Chauncey would undercut up here under his lip so that he could get a good seat, and he seldom ever had any soul patch, this section right here. He would shave that off too, and my experience when I didn't do that was that when the hair grew out like it is right now, if I play on that a lot, on tenor trombone it doesn't seem to bother me. But on bass trombone or tuba, it's a big deal. It can become very irritated and uncomfortable. So I didn't really like to do that, so I would shave and undercut. But what I discovered was, especially with bass trombone, that as I would shave that part of my face, the hair, as it would grow out longer, would seem to push on the mouthpiece. So it seemed like it was actually altering where I wanted to keep my mouthpiece while I was, gotta look at where I'm going, right? Keep my mouthpiece from sitting where I would want it to be. And so it was always a little tricky to try to figure that out. So I would try to have to groom it all the time to make sure that it wouldn't be, in the way, and it was really irritating to have to shave that off. And it was more difficult to do that than it would have been just to have shaved my whole face. So I didn't like to have to do that. And I noticed that other players, there were a couple of bass trombone players, Peter Brockman, a wonderful bass trombone player who recently passed away, Mr. Phil Teal. He used to let his beard grow out. I'm looking for a place to set down my phone. He used to let his beard grow out, and then he would, that's no good, and he'd have a mustache and a beard, and then he would shave right here in the middle. So it was like a triangle where there wasn't any hair. And when he would do that, it looked really strange. But to the musicians that knew him and all the people that worked with him, we understood why he did it. It was so that he wouldn't have to deal with this irritation that is caused when you play with facial hair. And I always wondered what it must seem like to people, like if he goes to PetSmart or like the supermarket or something like that, who are looking at him with this fashion trend that would never really catch on the front of his lip. But with the facial hair thing, again, what I found is it took a lot of grooming to maintain it. And if I didn't, then sometimes the hair would grow so long that if I played tuba, it would actually push it down in front of my lip. And it was a little bothersome. I don't think it affected the way I performed. I don't think it affected the tone or the tonguing or anything. It was just an odd sensation to have the hair down in front of my lip. So I didn't like doing it. And I found that it was just easier because of the whole maintenance issue to just simply cut my hair and shave every day. So that's why I don't sport any kind of facial hair. I'm going to see if I can find a place to put the phone right here. This is the lower cabin that was here until 1964. 1964, it was damaged in the flood of 64, but I don't think it's going to stay there. And we later had to finally dismantle the cabin and remove it by around 1974 to become too rotted to leave up. It was a log cabin. It was a beautiful old house.